Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Leanne and this is lellybeanTV, the home of Lelly Bean Studio and me. Today's video, I really hope is here after the new year. So this is the first video of 2025, so happy new year. And I really hope you had an amazing festive period. I am going to talk to you today about my journaling plans for 2025 and talk you through everything I'm going to use. Now you can see from the thumbnail, I am going from a 2 journal system sort of to a 5+ journal system, and I'm going to talk you through how I'm going to use everything, show you me setting up some of the spreads, talking about what we've got. 2 of the journals in this video I have done separate videos on. You can see those in the link in the description, but I'm going to start off very quickly to get into this with the first thing, which is journal adjacent accessories. So these aren't necessarily pens or things that I'm going to use in my journal. If you want a video like that, I can do a video of things, of my favourite things to use in journals, but first of all, let's start off at the beginning. Why am I doing this video and why is it significant? So I am about to enter my 5th year of journaling. I have completed 7 or 8 bullet journals now, and I have come up with a way that works for me. I do want to caveat this with, it might not work for you, and that's absolutely fine, but I love that my planning style and the way that it has evolved has worked for so many other people. I know I said that I'm going to be doing a lot, but there was going to be a new video on the bean method, which is something that our community, my community, has adopted, and it helps for everybody to do with crafts, and I feel like I should do an updated video, but that's not what this one is about. I started off with a Dr. Grid journal from Tiger. The video should be up in the iCards now, and now I'm moving on to lots of other things. So without further ado, let's start off with the first thing. So I have a little stack here that isn't in the thumbnail, and I'm going to show you off them. So the first one I want to show you is my Archer and Olive. It doesn't need to be an Archer and Olive one, but I specifically like this. Is my Archer and Olive B5 pad. Now I use an A5 bullet journal or an A5 dot grid journal or something a little bit smaller. You'll see in a little bit, but this is really good just to have on a page ideas. Now this is going to be going into a different journal. I will be explaining that to you, and there was a little bit of a time lapse of me doing this in my journal to show you how I can adopt this in one of my journals. But I love using these because it's the same colour paper that's in my journals, and it's also really nice to just have on one page. So this is a theme board. I put the pens, I put pops of colour, like it's a theme board, so I really love using this as a tool. I've nearly run out. It did have black paper and craft paper on, but if you can get something like this, it's really useful. I also have a Rhodia notepad that I use as well with dot paper. Absolutely fantastic. I also then have my Filofax notebook. This is for work, and it just has loads of notes in it of basically things that I've sold, what's gone well, and I try and keep it all together. What I like about this is it's a refillable notebook, so you can tear pages out. So that is another one. The next 2 are tools that are by my dear friend Lois at Sparklefish. Please go and check her out. I absolutely think she's genius, and these things are incredible. I have my pen swatching book, colouring book, which basically is that it has just got all of the pens that I use quite a lot or want to use quite a lot, so like not all the time, and it's got swatches of them on white paper, bright white paper, so I know what they look like on white. Now I will say that I do like to have a pen test in every single journal because you don't know what colour the paper is, but a pen swatching journal, this is really good. It's one of the tools. And then the second one again is a work one. This is the lovely book of lists. It's wire bound, so it's really good, and it is just got like amazing list pages. I should do this on the overhead really. Amazing list pages that I absolutely adored using last year, and next year I am going to be this is my second one, so I am going to be using this again, and I do believe that Lois is going to be coming out with a second edition, which I cannot wait for. But those are, like, there are so many other journal adjacent things that you can use, but these are the ones that I'm going to be using. Hi, so this is Editing Leanne. I'm just coming in really quickly just to show you another thing that I completely forgot to show on this video, and that is this little A5 dot grid journal that I have, which is my washi swatch book. I'm going to try and do this with one hand because I'm just recording this on my phone to show you, but in here is anytime I get some washi tape, I keep a section of it so that I know what I've got. There is no rhyme or reason to this. I just like to see all the washies that I've got, when I've got them, and sort of like have a collection that way. I've also got my own washies in here so that they are always showing and I can always see where they are. I just thought it was a bit of a remiss that I didn't put it in this actual video before I go on to everything else, which is a bit of a rambly mess, to be perfectly honest. Let's talk about the journals. So the first one I have, I'm not really going to do a flip through, is more than anything else, is this Box Clever Press diary. The reason why this is specific is this is going to be for work, so this is going to be for everything to do with the Lelly Bean Studio, and I like so many things about this. First of all is the over page it's got dots on, and I can then transfer one of my spreads from my last year into this one, and then it has a really nice space to write daily things as well as a list, and I really like that. That's all I'm going to need for work things, because I like planning ahead. I like having that. So that is a work journal. I just realised I said that there were two separate videos. There isn't. There is only one video, so this is another video that I've done separately. I think it was out last week. This is my reading journal. This is a dot grid journal, a square dot grid journal from Archer and Olive. I'm going to get 2 years worth of reading in here. I'm really excited about this one. If you haven't seen the video, go on up and look, and I talk through how I'm going to be using it. So the next three are sort of, this seems excessive. I know it seems excessive, but here are the next three, and I'm going to record me flipping through and explaining what I'm going to be doing with each one of these so far. So the first one I'm not going to be flipping through, but I will show you. This is from Papershire Stationery. This is one of the bullet journals, and this is my commonplace journal. Now this has sort of become a diary, as in like a Dear Diary sort of situation last year, well, like last year now. However, I want this to become back to being a commonplace. Now, if anyone doesn't know what a commonplace journal is, or commonplace notebook, I'm using a journal because I like this. I like this style. It's a commonplace is essentially, I've got it written down here, a notebook or a journal where one gathers information and organises from various sources for reflection. So when I mentioned when I mentioned I was going to be putting my journal theme pages somewhere else, this is what they will go into. So this is what my commonplace sort of looks like. There's a collection here with just some washi tape samples on and a lot of like quotes. There's some here where I've stuck in things and I've tested things out. This is what it's going to be like. Unorganised but organised. Not something that I want in my main journal, but something that I do want in a journal, because I do love journaling. It is a relaxing tool for me. But this is going to be, I'm going to turn this into 24-25, and I've really enjoyed using it. The off-white paper in this journal is so pretty. There's pen test pages at the back. You'll probably see this quite a lot. If I ever want to do a test spread for whatever reason, it will go in here. I don't see the need to have like a research and development journal for me, because I don't do journaling content on here, but this is what it will be, and I'm really excited to use that. So the next two journals which are these two, are what I'm going to call my everyday journals. This is my bullet journal, this is my planner, this is the one that I will use all the time. For the first half of the year, it is this journal, the Journey Starts Now journal from Rebel Jones. It's so beautiful, this journal, and I have already planned out. So this is what the current plan looks like and how I plan to use this. January's not set up yet, but here we go. So here's a very, very quick flip through of my everyday journal. Now, like I just said, I haven't actually set up January yet. So this is just the base level. Like I said earlier, I have got so much practice in doing this now that I have really found what works for me and what doesn't. This journal is like obviously an example of that. It is thick 160 GSM or 180 GSM bamboo pages, which I absolutely love. The first page so far hasn't got anything on it because I will be in the process of doing that when I do it, but this page will be filled with people's names because I have a channel point redemption on my Twitch channel. And like I said in my flip through video, which I'll put in the iCard here if I remember, I put the same sticker here. I really like this sticker from Cute Stickers Only. It's by Tanya B Artistry. Now if you watch that flip through video, I will tell you that I had something exciting I wanted to do, and here is the first page of my journal. Like, it actually is. I've made this into a pocket and I have written myself a letter for dear future me. So it just says dear future Leanne on it, and that is going to live in this pocket, and I will read that and I will take this to the next journal and I will read it at the beginning of next year. We have got the quote just on this page, and then we've got the beam method with that lovely fancy gingham pattern that I really, really like. So this is what I've done. We then have the spaces for where my friends will write, and I've just written on here, it says handwriting is so special, here's a snapshot of visits to and from friends, and I've just put a selection of stickers on here just to make that a little bit more special. We then have the snapshot of me, and then a new page. As I mentioned, I'm not doing a word of the year this year. I want to give it a break and I want to see if I can do other things. A snapshot of me is just going through all things Lelly Bean, so that's studio and Twitch, games, adventures offline, so these are things have happened, people I've met, things like that, last purchase, and then what my current read is. So it's just a snapshot. Journal of colour. This is a thing that I saw what to do instead of doing a word of the year. A journal of colour is basically you take the 3 colours from the main theme of your journal and you just put it in here, so you've got a whole page when it's finished of what it looks like. Then I accidentally messed up and I put the wrong page in here, but this is a sticker for a week. So every single week I am going to go into my sticker stash and I am going to mark off on here. I'm just going to put a sticker in it. I'm not going to date it. I'm just going to put a sticker and I will tick that it's done. So it's a little bit of a tick list here. Then we have the first page that I'm really messed up, but it's okay because mistakes do happen. And this is my at a glance page. I have just printed off the calendar, so it is just here for visual purposes. And then I have got the dashboard here that still needs to be populated. I didn't really want to populate it during the video, like for the video. I feel like it should be just left to that. And then we have one of my favourite pages that I always do. This is a manifest and achieved. It is empty, so I can show you what I've done. This is my setup for it. I actually cut into the next pages and stuck it down, but this is the manifest and achieved. If you've not been here before and you don't know what this is, I am a really big lover of not setting goals, but doing things that you want to do and things that you have achieved at the end, so that then when you go to the next journal, you've got a really nice list. And that is what the front of the journal looks like. Then we flip to the back of the journal. I have my journal plan on here. I always do this. It is just literally all the pages in the journal, and I have penciled in what I think I'm going to be able to get in this journal. It's really important to me to try and get 6 months worth into one journal. I do think this might be a 6 or a 7 month journal, which is absolutely fine. But as we find, as I go, I will find other things to go into it. The next page has just got a little envelope on it. I really like to put this in just so that it's a pocket for the back of the journal. We then have a pen test page. Again, this is important because the journal, whatever journal you use, will have slightly different colour paper. Here is some white paper from my Archer and Olive. It is a slightly different colour, to show you that. We then have washi salad. This I really want to be populated this time. I really missed it last year and didn't really finish it. So this is the idea of this is whenever you do a journal spread, if there's scraps, you just stick them in. So stick them in anywhere. So this is what I've done here. And then finally is a Happy Mail tracker. Now I do think I am going to fill this in because I've done it and I've made it in here, but I do think that this is one that will end up going into my next journal that I'm going to show you, which is my collections journal. But it is what it is, and it's going to go in here and it'll look absolutely fine. But yeah, this is what's at the back of the journal. This is what it looks like so far until I go into the months of the year. So now you've seen this one, let's move on to this one. So I don't know if I'm leaving the best till last or if I'm using the most confusing till last, but this is this is going to be what I've called my collections and daily diary. So at the front of this journal, I have meticulously planned out, you'll see right now, I've meticulously planned out a load of collections. This is a notebook therapy journal. It is marginally smaller than an A5 journal. I didn't realise, but this is the perfect thing for it. This collections journal, as I'm flipping through now, I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do with this journal the same way I did with my 2025 setup. I just want to caveat this with, I am not a collections person normally. I'm not a person that likes to do loads of trackers. However, I like the idea of doing them, and when I do like the idea of doing them, I do that at the wrong point. I've really enjoyed in my book journal doing my page in pixels tracker, and I am really looking forward to doing that every single day in here also. So let's have a look at this one and I'll show you. So here we go. This is a little bit of a new style journaling for me, and I'm really excited to show you. I love this journal so much. This is from Notebook Therapy. It's a little bit bigger than a B6, but not as big as a A5. It's just beautiful. In the back, I've just put in a clear pocket because it's got this really pretty pattern on it. I'm not really going to be doing like a plan in this one. You'll know, it'll become obvious why I'm going to use it, but there is a back pocket which is super useful. My idea for this journal is, if I do go anywhere, I will use this journal primarily more than my other journal, or if I take two, it'll be this and the purple one. And I'll explain why. So at the front of the journal, I've just done a little thing that flips out with journal maths on, because each journal is different size, and then I've just put my name at the front with the first ink on it just there. We then flip over. Oh, let me just show you the side, like the edges of this book. It's so pretty. I've done a pocket again. This one's a little bit different, but I've done a little pocket with the quote, and then a beam method's a little bit more scrapbooky, just to sort of set intentions for this journal. I have for the longest time not been a lover of trackers, and I want to change that. I want to change trackers. I want to be able to do something that I'm journaling every single day. So this is what this journal is going to be. We've got an at a glance with a birthday list. So this is a master journal. Essentially, this will always have this in. It will just be a birthday list, and that will be every single person's birthday that I need to remember. I've also sort of themed this journal so that it's very neutral, because I do like to theme things, but I need something neutral. So this is what I've gone for. We then flip over, and then we have a collections journal sort of guide and index. Now, you won't normally see an index in any of my journals because I do not like doing indexes. It changes, and it is normally just a collection of monthlies and weeklies with a little bit of different things thrown in, like my Lelly Bean sales tracker, which is going to remain in my purple journal just because I feel like it's really, really important to be there. I have taken inspiration from Jashy Curran for this because I just thought it was a brilliant idea and I wanted to give it a go. So this is my collections journal and how I'm going to use it. So we start off on this side and it says, does this collection belong in here? Am I going to need this spread for more than 1 year? Is this a reference to look back on? Is this a year-long tracker and will you keep up to date with it? Yes, put it in here. Start date January 25. And then these are a list of all the trackers. Now, what I've done here at the bottom is I've put the colours in, but then I've written the colour next to it. And the reason that I have done that is because a lot of like this it seems weird to say this, but I have lots of different colours. So for instance, this yellow is this yellow. It is this colour. However, I might colour it in a different colour yellow. So as long as it is the same colour, it doesn't really matter. So that's why I've written the name next to it. And then this is what we've done. So I've gone from 0 trackers to using absolutely every tracker, but this is what we do. I have a sleep tracker in here, just a very simple page. And I'm not tracking how long I've slept. I'm tracking my bedtime routine. I'm notoriously bad at staying up late. So I just want to track and see what this looks like. If I'm going to continue it, I will. But there's room here for me to write like notes and stuff. Also work. I'm such a workaholic. I've been a content creator as well as having the shop. I am switched on all the time. Speaking of being switched on, I want to note when I am switched off as well. So this here is about my gaming. I also want to draw more this year. I really get into that really bad habit of drawing just for launches, and I want to learn to draw more. I want to learn and refine my skills. So this one is just I will draw every single day, and I want to do 200. Like if I hit 200, which will be around August time, I believe, if my math is correct, I've done really, really well. And then finally, Shark Week. I want to see if there's any patterns. I'm in the process of getting like looked into for this, and for anything like this, and I just want it somewhere, but I don't want it in my main journal. This one is a little bit something different. This is 25 games in 2025. I really want to hone in on like a hobby that I used to love doing. So this is what this is for. I have just noticed that I did colour in these boxes, but it's fine. What I'll do is I'll just put a little star on it and it's fine because I have got a little key up here as well. This is a new style style journal spread, and I want to see if it will work. Now, this is specifically for Lelly Bean Studio, which is why it is here. And this spread is when did I last? So these are things that I will either buy, do, but they're business related. So things like ink change, buy A5 boxes, A6 boxes, sticky mats, sparkle laminate, things like that. I just want them noted, and what I'm going to do is when I do it, I will put it in here. So I just want to see how often I'm buying it. Obviously, I can already look at this by looking at it digitally, but I just want it written down somewhere. I'm a journaler, I'm a planner, I like to have it written down. Offline meetups are really important to me, so I have a little tracker for those. And then Small Biz Loves, I am going to put a sticker in from the orders because, like, you get happy mail stickers. I want to put this here because it'll just be really cute. And then themes of 2025. I am going to put here an idea of what I've done, put a sticker, just notify it. And then if there's an idea that comes up, I want to put it here. I've then also left some blank spaces for any other collections that I might want to add. This is where specifically this journal is going to come into light. I like writing. I find it really cathartic, and I like doing just writing down my thoughts and getting them out of my head. And this is what this part of this journal is going to be. It's going to be just me writing. So I don't know how long this journal is going to last, whether I'm going to get more than a year in it or not, but for now this is the plan. Again, at the back of this journal I have got a pen test, and then what I don't know where I got this from. I've heard this saying from someone else, but this is like a bucket list, and I've split it into 4. There's 100 things on here, and it's sort of like 100 things to do before you die sort of thing, but I've called it Someday Maybe. And these are things like adventures, work related, a bit of everything, and then wild cards. So the wild cards are on here. A bit of everything has things like get ADHD medication. Work related things are like have my things stocked in a shop, and adventures are things like a solo flight or go and see something in the Royal Albert Hall, for example. This is something that's going to go journal to journal, and because this is a collection journal, I wanted it in here so that rather than anything else. So I did say that if I do ever do any travelling, this will be the journal that comes with me rather than the other journal, because this is going to be a bit of a catch-all and I can use this to backfill my other journal. So that is what I'm doing with this. So that's the end of the video. I absolutely have enjoyed really reading this and going through all of my journals and journal adjacent things for you for this year. Let me know in the comments down below if you think the system is a little bit over the top. I'm very apprehensive and I'm looking forward to using it, but I just don't know if it's going to be too much for me. But without further ado, until the next video, keep living that big happy adventure, stay positive, and until next time, I'll see you then. Bye guys. Bye 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 bye.